The strange thing about being in this evacuation centre is you can hear what's going on out there, but because they've got all the steel shutters down, the steel gates and doors all around the building, you pretty much can't see anything, Carl. You can just hear it.
This is definitely the last place that I either wanted to be or expected to be.
Yeah.
But everyone here's done a really good job at keeping us comfortable. And
I mean, is it nice to sort of have all these other people around when you're going through a situation like that?
It's things like this that bring the community together, isn't it? You know, everybody's just helping out. As I said, I've volunteered over in the kitchen, and you know, everybody's just mucking in and getting through it as best we can.
And Karen, you worried about your home?
Certainly am. Yeah, we're right on the esplanade at Kinka Beach, so very nervous indeed.
It gets too full on. Like, we'd probably just head down the back of the building where there's a little toilet block down there and throw a couple of mattresses over ourselves. Worst case scenario.
Oh, look, it's just loud. You know, it's quite scary, and it sort of obviously brings a sense of not really sure what's coming.
We now have advice that the storm surge that was predicted to be at 2.6 metres above the high tide is now forecast to be 3 metres above the high water tide. There are 16,000 people around the Yeppoon and surrounding coastal areas. We want everyone to be safe. We have heard reports that there are still people driving around on the roads in these communities. You are putting your lives and others at risk. At the Yeppoon Cyclone Shelter, there are more than 600 people currently there. There are evacuation centres also available at the Yeppoon PCYC and at St Brendan's, where there is currently 160 people, but that has the capacity to take up to 1,000 people. There is also capacity at Emu Park. We also have evacuation centres where people have been moved to in Serena and Gladstone. St Lawrence, we've had 11 people evacuated to safety. We've been in discussions with Lady Elliot Island. We had around 100 people on Lady Elliot Island. They are in the process of being evacuated as we speak. And on Heron Island, we do have some tourists currently there. They are actually moving to shelters. So please, can I stress, emergency services and the police are doing everything possible to make people safe. In relation to Rockhampton, Category 3, this cyclone will pass through Rockhampton on its projection as well, and we need to be prepared for the early afternoon. So can I please stress to everyone, do not go outdoors. Stay inside your homes. That is the safest place to be during this time.
Given it's overland, we do anticipate it to weaken over the course of today, but places inland like Rockhampton and further south are at risk of being struck. A couple of 100 millimetres in a number of locations. There's a couple of hotspots here in Queensland. One up where the cyclone is crossing has very rapidly had over 200 millimetres. And down on the Sunshine Coast and into the Brisbane area, places have had 1 to 200 millimetres. And that's been enough to get flood waters flowing in our catchments to the north of Brisbane on the Sunshine Coast. So we'll be monitoring that rainfall as it progresses over the next couple of days, because we have a fairly a large part of southeast Queensland under flood watch at the moment. Very unusual to have such a strong system this far south, but it is the peak of the cyclone season, and we know that it doesn't have to be a Category 5 to be a dangerous storm. And heavy rain, we know that there'll be flood waters. We know waters will rise quickly somewhere, so it's another message to the community. If it's flooded, forget it.